Good evening and welcome to The Caring View, the online social care chat show exclusive to YouTube. Before we get started, don't forget to hit subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell so you're notified every single time we go live and upload a new video. And remember that all the views that we are discussing tonight are of our own and not our company's. I am so sorry. I've just shoved a Christmas pretzel in my mouth. And I'm still chewing it. How are we, Mark? We've no Dawn tonight, unfortunately. Technical issues has taken Dawn out of the game tonight. But we will miss a daily, and we'll be back here next week. How are you, Mark? How's your week been?
Yes, not too bad, not too bad. So yeah, seems to have gone really quick since last time we were on air. So but yeah, no, it's been good. You? How's your new job going?
Oh, I'm glad you are. Yeah, no, the new job's going great. For those who don't watch, I am the new director of social care over at the Institute of Health and Social Care Management. Quick plug tonight, just to remind everybody about the Green Heart for Social Care initiative that we've got going. As you'll see tonight, we've got green hearts next to our names. Those green hearts are there to show our support for the social care sector and to raise the public profile image of social care as well. So you can add them on Twitter, you can add them on LinkedIn. You can't do on Facebook, but the wonderful Jenny Mac has created a photo frame, so you can find that by searching photo frames on Facebook and just search Green Heart for Social Care, and that frame will come up and you can pop that on your profile photo. Have we anything new in social care to discuss this week? I know I've just seen on Twitter someone mentioning about Gillian Keegan and Sajid Javid talking about mental health funds when asked about dementia, which is a little bit concerning, I think, when they are our health and social care leaders of the country. I've not delved too much into that. It's just something I've seen flicking around. But is there anything new, anything big that we need to talk about, Mark?
Not that I can think. I mean, it doesn't surprise me that they're going off on the subject completely wrong, because I think it just shows, yet again, how far removed they are from social care itself. I think the big thing this week, over social media, I think we see a lot about care workers, don't we, and the retention we can of care workers, but actually how many managers are leaving the sector, and actually how I think we need to be putting some time and effort into retaining managers and making sure that they're not at burnout. And I think things with, government guidelines saying it's down to the manager to pick up the slack and cover shifts and bits and pieces, and they're expected, to run 101 things, even if they've got COVID themselves, that actually, we need to invest some time and resources into retaining them before we lose their skill set as well.
Oh, I mean, obviously, workflow, our workload has increased 5, 6, 7-fold since COVID started as managers on the front line. I know from previous experience, you'll know yourself, Mark. And to think that actually we then need to be supernumerary on the floor and cover the care shifts ourselves, work's not going to get done. So managers are going to be working too many hours, getting burnt out and going off sick themselves. I know the Social Care Innovators subgroup for the People Plan are putting together a People Plan for workforce, and there is a survey that we're running. You'll find it over on our Twitter page. We are tweeting it every single day. And we are asking for people's views and opinions on what the current state of social care is. We want examples of good and outstanding practice. And we also want some recommendations of what needs to change to make social care for the workforce more sustainable. I know pay is going to be a huge part of that. How we overcome that, I'm not too sure. This increase in tax isn't really going to do much. Not that we're only going to get, I don't even know how much of a percent it is, but it's quite small. 5 billion or something, isn't it? 2023, and that's going to go mostly to the local councils. So I can't really see much of that at all. And then obviously we've got the Workforce Retention Fund, 162 million, which I think works out £100 a head in social care. So I'm not entirely sure how that's going to benefit us either. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to try and bring the government down. I think it's nice that they're trying, but we just need to stop throwing money at a situation, and we need plans, don't we? We need plans to be able to do something better. But as far as I'm aware, I've nothing new off the top of my head. We had the CQC State of Care report, again, telling us what we already knew. I think they tried to pass it off as some sort of monumental epiphany that they'd had, and going, this is what's been going on and what's been going wrong. And, as well as I do, Mark, we've been talking about this for months and months and months now. So I don't think there's anything new we really need to bring up from the State of Care report, is there?
Not that I can think of. I think the only things that are coming up, which I think are quite good to kind of just mention, are Skills for Care on the 18th of November have a webinar around attracting men into social care. you know, the workforce is predominantly female, but actually, especially in learning disabilities, there seems to be a lot more males working in the sector, but in elderly care, dementia, residential home care, it doesn't seem to be as common. So I think that's definitely a good webinar to join. And also co-produce care on Thursday this week, a couple of days time, have a panel presentation around the report that the CQC did called Out of Sight, which was looking at kind of lockdown hospitals, restraint, and they're doing a follow-up a year on to see what's changed and where the CQC are and what still needs to happen. So yeah, that's definitely one to join in and watch as well.
Yeah, and I think bringing the male care workers into social care is something that we'll discuss in a couple of weeks' time with Dudley when we talk about equality, inclusion, and diversity. Because there definitely has to be a gender parity within care, and I think it's something that we all do need to be talking about. 17th of November is the first national conference of the IHSCM. We will post a link to that on our Twitter page, and we'll also put it in our Facebook group, which you'll be able to find below this once this video has ended, and we'll share the link how we normally do over Twitter as well. So I wanted to get that all out of the way really quick tonight because I'm super excited. I've never been this excited for an episode ever. So those of you who watch us regularly will know that we went to the Care Show a few weeks back now in October. It was the first sort of mass gathering of social care people since COVID began. I know there'd been other care shows that probably hadn't been as busy, but this one was absolutely packed. And I was walking around like a lost lamb because I was there on my own, had no idea where I was going. I was just having a look and happened to stumble upon the most amazing choir ever. Absolutely fantastic. Championing Social Care, who we've had on the show a couple of times, had run a national competition, Care Sector's Got Talent. And we're very lucky to have those winners with us tonight. So we're going to bring those in with us now, and we're also going to bring in Angela Boxall, who's from Majesticare and is an ambassador for championing social care as well. So we'll have a quick hi, we'll have a quick introduction, and then I think we are going to be treated to a live performance from the Stronger Together Community Choir. So Mark, do you want to bring our guests in tonight?
Hi guys. Hello.
I'm literally fangirling right now. I can't even. This is just so exciting.
I tell you what, Adam, I've been this excited for like weeks now. Like these guys are awesome.
Bless you all. Bless you all. So Angela, do you want to just give us a bit of a background about yourself, about championing social care, a bit about Majesticare, anything else that you want us to know at the moment?
Yeah, cool. So good evening, Adam and Mark. Thanks for having myself and the amazing Stronger Together Community Choir on the show tonight. So I think I came on quite a few weeks ago. You were off, Adam. I think we got Dawn on that evening, and I think it was just before the national final, I think. So we'd got down to our last 10 and we talked about the kind of acts that we'd had, and I think we talked about the kind of acts I wanted to see, and the biggest thing I wanted to see was a choir. So, but I spoke back then about Care Sector's Got Talent, which is an initiative from Championing Social Care. And I had the absolute honour of being chair for it with the amazing Rebecca Woolley, who I worked with on this project. And it's the happiest thing I've ever done. I've done a lot for social care, both in my day job as working at Majesticare as the Chief Operating Officer, but working at Championing Social Care and being on the organising committee right from the very start. And Majesticare are also founding patrons for Championing Social Care. So there are 4 companies that are founding patrons for Championing Social Care: Majesticare, Hallmark, Sequoia, who I know you guys know very, very well, and the CareTech Foundation. And we put Championing Social Care together to do just that, champion social care, which is in alignment with so many of the things that you guys do, and in your day jobs and in your night jobs. So yes, it's amazing. So I could not have wished to have found anybody any better than the Stronger Together Choir, not just for their talent, but for their absolute sense of happiness. Honestly, I can't tell you how happy these guys. And Adam's absolutely right. I saw him at the Care Show, and he was like this. And he was dancing, he was. And halfway through the song, he actually knew all the words as well, which was just amazing. But it is that kind of song which you'll all know about soon.
He'll sing along with us tonight, will he?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. I know he will. I know he will. Yeah. But you see, this is how excited I get when I'm around them. I'm supposed to be like telling you all about Purple Tuesday, but all I can talk about is Stronger Together Choir. But yeah, but Championing Social Care is working very closely with the guys that work at the Institute of Health and Social Care Management, and we're delighted to be presenting at your conference on the 17th. I think you stuck with me again. You'll be sick of me. So basically what we want people to do is champion social care and everything that's amazing that happens every day. I was listening to you guys at the beginning of the show, and there's so much stuff going on that we could all moan about all day, couldn't we? You know, it's so frustrating. Mark, your point about the care managers and how they're feeling at the moment. I have the prescription for the remedy of care managers, and that is the Stronger Together Choir. So it literally, honestly, they literally give you so much happiness. And the reason that I do a lot of work outside my day job is for this type of moment that we can all actually smile and appreciate what social care is and what social care gives people, but ultimately what social care gives me as a person and what it gives you as people. You know, it's such a giving career to have. You know, it's so rewarding. Even when we're all downtrodden and fed up with everything the government are saying, we still find that happiness within what we do. And I'm delighted that these guys won. And it was literally a landslide on the day. Oh. The judges were just, well, everybody was just blown away. So look at the Championing Social Care website. I think you've got the Twitter thing at the bottom. And I'm happy to answer any more Championing Social Care questions. But just want to hear the guys sing. I'm so excited.
Yes.
They're just so cool.
Okay then, so without further ado, before we do introductions for the Stronger Together Choir, let us have our live performance. And this is going to be the first live performance we've ever had on the chat show. So you've got the honour of having the first live performance, and I don't think anyone's going to be able to top this for a good number of years. So do you want to take it away, Kevin, and the Stronger Together Community Choir?
Oh, thank you very much. So we are the Stronger Together Community Choir, and it is amazing, and we're very, very humbled to be able to perform for you today on the Caring View. And we just wanted to say, just before we start the song, the people in the choir who couldn't make it tonight. So because I know they all will be listening, so I just want to say a quick hello to Ashley, Nicola, Nigel, Nick, Rosemary, Erica, Maz, Nigel, and Emily, and of course Sophie, Karen, and Ray, the staff who come along with us as well. So this is for everyone out there, and this is for you. And if you know the words, Adam, join in. Come on, here we go. Stronger together, no matter where we are. If you're on your own tonight, I'm trapping in a fire. Wanna be family, that's what we are. Stronger together, no matter what the weather. We're making history. We're making history. We're making history. By staying home, stay safe. We're making history. We're making history. by staying home tonight. Oh yes, we are, everybody. Here we go. And remember, one day we'll look back at these times. Oh yes, we will. When we all join as one. No more pollution, no more pollution. Just love fills the air. Oh yes, we're protecting the vulnerable ones. Stay safe, we're making history. We're making history. We're making history. By staying home, stay safe. We're making history. We're making history. We're making history. By staying home tonight. Oh yeah. La 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 la. By staying home
Woo! Oh my gosh, that was even better than I remember. Absolutely fantastic. And I don't know whether you saw then, someone watching our show, Dean, said this is everything that is great about social care in one moment. Absolutely amazing. And it's so true. It's so true. So, Kevin, do you want to introduce your choir to us and tell us a bit about the song and your journey to winners of the first Care Sector's Got Talent?
Yeah, first of all, should we put the song or the choir? Which would you like?
Both.
So the song was written in the thick of lockdown, tell you the truth. So I like to do something that we could join together as, like something that we could be remembered for. But I've been working for Future Directions now 2 years, and the thing that really attracted to me Future Directions was the values. We've got really strong, amazing values, which Stuart will tell you about the values, Stuart.
Thank you. The main 5 values of Future Directions, which are being transparent, adaptable and creative, also going the extra mile and putting people first.
So having them sort of, I think just the values of life, aren't they? When you've got them value settings, I just thought I want to do something with this. I want to write a song that we can remember, for years in the future and stuff like that. But we can look back and it'll remind us of the times, but not one of despair, but one of us being stronger together. One of us are being united because, in years to come, they will look back and see how we, how we all come together as a big community. And like when we went to the NEC and stuff like that, we are stronger together. We can't do nothing on our own. When we've got a bit of strength behind us and other human beings, that's when, basically that's what the song's about. So it's about, I just wanted to write something for the moment that we could look back on, but it's a song of thank you. More than anything, it's a song of thanks, which is, the song, like the words in the song, it's saying thank you to the key workers, thank you to the social care, thank you to the NHS, you know what I mean? To the people who are on the front line. And, this thing hasn't gone away yet. And it's just like, I wanted just to say, listen, you're not on your own, but thank you. And I wanted to thank my colleagues, and I wanted to thank the people at home who have stayed in. And it's just I just wanted to say, a big celebration of thank you. And I didn't think I could write something, truthfully, where I could actually, because I've been writing now for like 30, 40 years, different songs and stuff, but I didn't think it would be as so creative as Stronger Together, and the rest is history, as they say, do you know what I mean? So yeah. So that was that was in the thick of last year, and then the choir came about in February this year.
February this year.
you want me to hand you over to Lorraine so we can all take to Lorraine? Tell about the choir, how it come about.
So our community choir came about during, I think it was the second lockdown, and one of the things that we know the benefits for singing for people's well-being, for feeling connected, and of course they couldn't sing together. So Stu, our Mr. IT amazingness, managed to connect us all up via Zoom so we could actually create the Stronger Together Community Choir, which is about everybody having a voice and everybody standing together and singing together and sharing that experience in a really positive way. And one of the greatest gifts of the people that we are privileged to support is the gift of just openness and honesty to the world. And that was seen absolutely at the Kerr show. It's seen on our trying to organise the original nomination video was quite hilarious. I have to say, it was far from straightforward.
And I've got Lorraine to thank for that. So big thank you, Lorraine.
The guys it's about being part of something where we all belong and we're all equal as part of that belonging. And for us, I suppose, from organisationally, but also individually, that we see individuals' gifts and talents that they bring. And that's what the Stronger Together Choir is. We all bring something different, whether that purely be somebody's. We have a couple of guys who are part of the choir who don't verbally sing, but they absolutely sing with their bodies. They don't need a voice to be heard. And I think that's what we're all about. We are about everyone being part of that.
Yeah. And I always
and we like to laugh. We do laughter yoga as part of it. So we start our choir sessions by doing a laughter yoga session because laughter connects everybody. You don't need language to connect. So anyway, that's I'll hand you back to Kev.
Yeah, so fire away, Adam. Bye, Angela.
So, question number one:
Yeah.
what is laughter yoga?
Back to Lorraine.
So this is something that actually I took up during lockdown. So I'm actually in my day job. I'm actually one of our operations managers. So I manage a number of different services, and it had periods of time when that was quite stressful. When you're trying to make one member of staff go 6 different directions at the same time. And I actually looked for something outside, so started doing laughter yoga online. So laughter yoga is that intentional act of laughing, and you laugh, to say falsely, you intentionally laugh. There are different techniques you can use, which we do with the guys, and it's really good for breathing, which is really good for singing. Yeah. It teaches people how to breathe more effectively. And also it makes people feel happy because you can guarantee when you do laughter yoga, you just need to try it. You try those false laughs, and I can guarantee you within a few minutes that false laughter will become real laughter.
Yeah, and it does.
And it really absolutely does. Kevin thought I was crazy when I came into work telling him about this.
I did.
Am I the only one who wants to do laughter yoga now?
I was just about to say,
I think what we should
let's give it a go.
Should we do one bit?
Let's do it.
Yeah, I think we should. Okay.
Let's give it a go. Unmute your mic, Mark. Come on.
I'm up.
So we've got hands on chest and one hand on stomach.
One hand on your chest and one on your belly.
Yeah, one on belly. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a deep breath, and after 4, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go ha ha ha. Ha ha ha.
Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Right,
And then we're going to go ho ho ho. Stick out our bellies. And then,
Ho ho ho.
yes. And then the last bit is. Show them lovely teeth.
A little bit like Cheshire cats.
So here we go. After 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ha
Ha ha ha. Ho ho ho.
And everybody's just switched off.
You see, I bet you've never done that before on the show, have you?
Oh my god, that's amazing.
And Angela, I'm watching you.
So there we are.
And that's going to be our warm up every week now. That's fantastic.
Yeah, it does work, though. It really does work. Smiling always makes you,
It makes a massive difference, and laughter doesn't need words. It doesn't need you to be able to share a language or share communication. It connects you. So we start our choir sessions with doing 5 minutes of laughter yoga.
Yeah.
We've done everything from the weirdest animal laughter you can come up with, to the poses, you name it. We're up for a bit of fun.
Yeah, some people will just pick out what's your favourite animal. So we make their animal noises as well. So it can be anything really, do you know what I mean? What, Adam? What's your favourite animal? Yeah,
Mine's a
so
cat.
Mine's cat. Yeah, so there's all. It could be anything, you know. But laughter is always beautiful, isn't it? Any day.
Oh, wonderful. And it's like that whole thing where if you force yourself to smile, actually the smile then stays because it
It's
releases
true.
those endorphins.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the dopamine gets released and you feel good. Smiling is always good, isn't it? It's always nice to look at a smiling face, isn't it? There we go.
Well, Mark's the smiliest person I know. He's never not smiling, Mark. So he's our own sort of little source of dopamine on this show. So, Mark, you were busy at the car show. And yeah. Well, Mark was busy at the care show, manning his stand for the Health and Social Care Club, and there are many talks. And Mark is a social care celebrity, so his time was occupied from talking to people everywhere here and there. So, Mark, do you have any questions for tonight? What do you think of the performance? Do you regret missing their live performance? Oh no! In fact, they performed pre-show for you, didn't they?
They did, yes. So I think you got stuck in traffic on the opening. So yeah, you performed in for us just before the Health and Social Care.
Yeah.
Do you know, I loved it then, and I loved it tonight. And you had one other song, which I hope that you performed at the Care show, which I hope you performed tonight. But I could just imagine standing, you know, like in the O2 or the SS Arena with I haven't got my phone with me, but you know, like the torch, just swaying with my torch, like a good old lighter session. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. I think the question for me is, you said about everybody joining. I saw somebody in the comments said about it. Is how can people get in touch and how can people join your choir? Is it open to everyone?
There's no reason it can't be.
Yeah, there is no reason why it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
We do a Zoom session, so I'm sure it'd be nice to actually go out to a wider audience. So, yeah. So what we
Getting
can.
in touch is probably through you, Kev, I think, because you kind of lead on the day.
Yeah. So if they want to get into contact, is there anything where you can? Do you want me to send an email or give your email address?
Yeah, if you can ping over your email. You're on social media as well, aren't you? So they can always reach out via social media and drop a direct message, which would be great. So yeah, but if you send Adam or I your email address, and we can send that on to anybody that gets in touch.
I mean, we have got the Future Directions CIC on Facebook. So I mean, you can go there, and everything about Future Directions is posted on there. So we will do. We'll have the bits of the choir and stuff, and any information, even like today, we're going to. Letting people know if you look for future, because it's not just Future Directions who go onto Facebook on the Facebook page. It's everybody from all over the world. So we've got quite a good following. Do you know what I mean? And families and everywhere. So it's all good. So yeah. So we'll post it on. It'll be easier. I'll send an email. Yeah. Okay.
So Adam, I know I'm not a host of the show, but can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
So after the Care show, I don't know whether you know this, but the Stronger Together choir were asked to sing at the Leaders in Care Awards in the evening. So we were at the NIC in a big room with a big stage. And lots and lots and lots of people. I think there was probably about 500. Kevin, would you say easily? It was a big room, loads of tables.
5,000.
5,000. Sorry, yes, there's 5,000 people there. Yeah. So my question is, I just wanted to give you a bit of background, but my question is, Stuart, how did it feel? When after your amazing performance on that stage with all the lights and everything else, when every single person in that room stood up, threw their arms in the air and applauded your performance?
I thought the standing ovation that we got was nothing short of amazing. After being a little nervous before getting onto stage, we went with the flow, did put out our best performance, left absolutely elated, and the journey back back down the M42 was a lot shorter than we thought it would have been.
We was flying.
We were, well, as it seemed like a crawl getting to the NEC and the NCC, it seemed like, well, smooth sailing on the way back to our hotel that night.
Two's ecstatic.
So, ecstatic probably barely covers it.
Yeah.
So before we get into that, I mean, it's amazing. I can just imagine the buzz you had after finishing that show. So before we get into the nitty gritty of the Care Sector's Got Talent competition, Angela, and how it came about and how you all decided on your winner, I just want to ask the Stronger Together community choir, who's going to play you in the movie?
Well, who's going to play me?
Kevin's got a list a mile long.
Probably.
Come on,
What's his
Kev.
name? Joaquin Phoenix can play me.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
It's not because it's the same surname.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the same surname there. That's very clever.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a relation there. Isn't there? I won't tell you about that though.
And what about you, Stuart?
Well, I would probably hire Ewan McGregor or Peter Kay if the.
Oh.
Peter Kay would be
Peter
awesome.
Kay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Peter
okay.
Kay.
And what about you, sir? And what about yourself?
I have got absolutely no idea. No idea. Go on, Kevin, you play me.
I reckon Dawn French.
Oh no, that I could
Dawn
see.
French. She's happy. She's always smiling. I like that.
I think she's definitely a Helen Mirren. Definitely a
Oh,
Helen.
good.
That's a good one.
That's a very good compliment. Thank you.
So, Ewan McGregor, Helen Mirren, Joaquin Phoenix, if you're watching the show tonight, which I'm sure you obviously are, you carve out your Tuesday evenings to watch us. Let's get this movie going. Let's get Scorsese involved. Let's get Andrew Lloyd Webber in there. It'll be cracking. It'll be cracking. So, Care Sector's Got Talent.
Edgar Wright.
Yeah, so Care Sector's Got Talent. So it basically was an idea right at the beginning of the pandemic, like Kevin said. So whilst Kevin was writing his song championing social care, we're thinking, what can we do to lift the spirits? And as none of us are songwriters, but all of us enjoy a bit of a lot of happiness and being a person myself. So I used to be a singer years ago. I used to sing in pubs and clubs. Yeah.
I think she's hinting for a solo.
So you know what? It was something that was very, very close to my heart. And Avnish Goyal, who's the chair of Championing Social Care, said, Angela, would you like to chair this? Because I'm sure it's right up your street, sort of thing. I don't know why you thought that. But yeah, so I was absolutely delighted to be asked to be on this committee. And we had no idea how we were going to do it. I think at the time we thought COVID would be done. It was that sort of situation. You know what? We're going to be here 6 months and then we'll have a big show in a theatre somewhere and it'll all be lovely. So we kept putting it off. And then in the end, we said we're going to have to do it virtually because we felt that the sector needed something. And not to take anything away from what was going on, but to actually give us something else to look at, focus on, smile about, be happy about. So we opened Care Sector's Got Talent. The wonderful Jonathan Cunningham did our launch show for us. And we launched Care Sector's Got Talent. We had lots of videos coming in from people, obviously, like the choir. Mark said he would send a video in of him dancing in his kitchen, but I don't think that ever arrived. But you know, we had lots of singers.
I've got plenty I can send you of him, Angela, if you want. He sends them all the time to our WhatsApp group, so I'll just forward them on to you.
Can I just say, in my defence, I haven't lived at home for, well, obviously I lived away from the family, and then I didn't actually ever go back home. I've come to my in-laws, so my house has been, I've had a loft conversion, which is just dragged on and on and on. So my in-laws already think I'm wacky enough, let alone if I'm dancing around to their Alexa in their kitchen about December.
Don't worry, because we do accept historic videos, Adam.
That's
so
okay. I've got, like Adam said, there's plenty of
get
them
them over,
flying
get them
around.
over. So we had some amazing singers, some with backing music, some a cappella. We had a 92-year-old lady doing magic. We had people that living in elderly care playing piano. We had a gentleman singing in a dustbin.
Oh, that was totally like
Because it was funny. It was really funny. All dressed up sort of Elvis-y and stuff. So we had an amazing singer who sang Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and we literally had, in the end, we'd whittled it down to about 32 videos. And two of our ambassadors, they got all the videos together. We were sort of making sure that obviously people were chosen fairly. And we came up with a final 10. And at that point, it could have been anybody's game. It really, really could have been anybody's game, because there was so much talent involved. And I remember on the day, we couldn't get your Zoom to work. Can you remember?
Yeah.
No.
And so I was stood in this room because I knew how good they were. And a lot of it with these guys is the visuals, because actually, yes, the singing is great, don't get me wrong, but the visual happiness and everything else just adds so much to, and what makes this choir so unique. And I can remember shouting at the screen going, just turn it on again. And I was going, we're going live in a minute. We really need to get this. And she's going, hang on a minute. I'll just try this. The normal Zoom stories. You're on mute. And so it was literally about 15 minutes, I think, to get your video working, of me shouting at you, making sure you could hear me. And then we were too far forward and we were too far back, and took us ages to get it right. But I'm so glad that we did, because it would not have been the same on the day if we hadn't have seen your performance. And we always talk about things that stand out for us during anything that we do. So anything that we do every day, there's always something that's a memory. And I'm so sorry I can't remember the guy's name. But when you were announced as the winners, this guy was elated at the end, and he came right up to the camera and he was like, "Yeah, we did it."
Oh.
And that for me was my favorite. That was my favorite moment, and
that's Nigel. Who was that?
And I cried.
Oh,
and when I spoke to the judges, so we had some amazing judges. So I'm sure you all know of Oomph. So we had Matt, who's the business development manager from Humph. We had Hilary Woodhead, who is the executive director of Napa. Sanjay Drona, who was our very own David Williams. He was amazing on the day. He'd even got his dog.
It's actually got a look of him as well.
He was just so funny. He was he runs the Close Care Home, and he's but actually his background before that was events and hospitality. And then we had Sue-Ann Griffiths, who works for Bevan Britton, and Bevan Britton and Oomph were our sponsors. So they gave us some money to make it happen. And they've both said they want to sponsor again next year, because it was so amazing, guys. So thank you for that. But actually, they're banging the door down. We've got so many people now wanting to sponsor and be involved and everything else. But all of them, so there were 3. We went down to 3 from 10, and then these guys obviously scooped the winning place to be the care sector finalists, the care sector winners, of 2021. And what these guys have done for social care, not only and obviously their day jobs and just from being them, is that you have really developed a passion out there in social care for everybody to get involved in this next year. So already people are saying to me, when can we enter? How can we get involved? Because it's something that could have fell on its back end, or could have been a success. And you know, a personal thank you from me and Rebecca Woolley and everybody at Championing Social Care. You really have made this such a success, and we owe so much to you for that, and so much for sharing all of your happiness and spirit that actually you can't buy. You know, if we could bottle it, Adam, we'd be millionaires. Yeah. We'd be quids in. So that's Care Sector's Got Talent. We are doing it again next year. Everybody be happy. We would love to do a proper live performance. We're already talking about you know, getting those final 10 into a theatre type environment where they can bring their families and supporters with them, and having the judging panel, and even having a golden buzzer. How cool would that be? So, you know, so we'd really we can't wait for next year, and to find, you know, another talent and inspiration like these guys.
Can we be a judge?
You know what? I think that's a great idea. I'm writing that down. Right.
Yeah. It'd be great, wouldn't it? Yeah, but judging it, that'd be nice. Yeah.
Well, you'll definitely be performing at it. Last year's winners, definitely. So.
Oh, yeah, that'd be lovely. But listen,
and you know, the caring viewer behind you, and we will mark the, you know, the heck out of it as much as we can do for you. And if it is going to be an in-person live event, we would love to come down and obviously do some live videos from your show and try and share as much as we possibly can do for everyone to take in that atmosphere, because I don't think people truly understand how infectious the joy is. I mean, yes, tonight has been, you know, it's been amazing, Kevin, but when you're all together, and no matter whether you're singing or just dancing or playing the maracas or jingling something, the joy is just infectious. I was buzzed the entire day. It was fantastic, absolutely fantastic, honestly.
Well, I don't know whether you managed to watch it on the day, because I know it obviously was in the afternoon and everybody's really busy, but I ended up having to be the presenter. So if we are live in a theatre, we could probably do with an Ant and Dec. What do you reckon, Kevin?
Absolutely, yeah.
Don't know how you two are fixed, but
give us a date and we'll be there. Don't you worry.
But Angela, I just want to say a big thank you to the Care Sector's Got Talent, because you really, really did look after us, unbelievably so. You really did make us all feel very, very special. And like Lorraine said, people are still talking about it now, and the way that we feel, and it's amazing. But what they do is, Rebecca and yourself was always there at hand, and you know, within the Birmingham NEC, and anything could have gone wrong, but everything sort of like just seemed to flow. Apart from actually getting there, you know.
Bits we weren't, yeah.
But we was meant to be at that other bit, but it was just big thank you for looking after us, and you really did make us feel special, and that would definitely be one of the big things that we would certainly sing your praises for anybody who wants to go into the Care Sector's Got Talent next year. That you really do get looked after. Do you know what I mean? Big thank you for that from all of us, from all the choir. Thank you.
You just to tell you a bit of a funny story, which we've shared with the Stronger Together choir, Adam, is that part of the obviously the prize was going to the care show, performing the Leaders in Care in the evening, etc. And most of our other acts were sort of one or two people. So we did sort of say to the judges, 15. We've got to, you know. But I'll tell you something else. These guys they made it so easy. You were so easy to work with, and an absolute pleasure to work with. And for us, that's how it felt. We all worked together in partnership. We all made it happen together.
Yeah. We are stronger together.
We are strong. Hey, look at me.
Yeah.
We definitely are. And I tell you what, you know, what special guys they are, Adam. And you saw that straight away. You know, it was as soon as you saw them, your face was hilarious.
In fact, I think the first thing I said to you, Angela, was like, "Oh my gosh, I need these on the show. I want these on the Caring View. They are amazing." Hook me up. I need to talk to them. They're fantastic. They're wonderful. We need this. We need to show people what these people can do.
You should have seen him, Mark. He was like, "Can I have a photo with you? Can I have a photo taken with them?"
I've seen the photos and it's straight to us.
It was very good.
It was absolutely amazing for us. Absolutely brilliant. It's just been lovely, hasn't it, Lorraine? She.
Oh, it's been magnificent.
The phones never stop ringing.
We'll be asking for your autographs next. So, Kevin and Stuart and the rest of you, do you think you would be able to perform us another song in a couple of minutes' time?
Of
Absolutely.
course.
I think Mark was thinking of Bella Mama, wasn't you, Mark?
Yes, that's it. Yes.
Yeah. Very easy. It's just Bella Mama means beautiful mother.
Mama. Yeah.
So beautiful, and that's its simple words. Beautiful mother, and yeah, we will gladly do that for you.
Fantastic. So before we hear again from the Stronger Together community choir, Mark, do you have any more questions for our guests tonight?
Yes. So I've seen a lot of tweets and posts regarding Care Home Open Week and registering for 2022, Angela. Did you want to talk to us more about that? Oh, you're on mute. The phrase of the pandemic. It's normally Adam, I have to tell you.
You know what? I wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning with people shouting, "You're on mute." It's so Care Home Open Week, you've caught me out now. So Care Home Open Week has been announced. The dates are out for next year. You just need to go to www.championingsocialcare.org. There is a little burger bar in the top. Click on there and Care Home Open Week is in there. And basically it's going to be a week again, which is great. We're not doing a day, so it gives everybody an opportunity to get involved without those constraints. Hopefully our homes will be, buzzing, because that's what Care Home Open Week is all about. Care Home Open Week is about celebrating our homes within our communities, because actually our homes, whether we're elderly care, learning disabilities, whoever we're supporting, is a huge part of the community, and Care Home Open Week is a great way to celebrate that. So it is the end of June. You can go on there. There's a little form to fill it in, register, and then you will get all of the email updates for Care Home Open Week. So yeah, the dates are out, hot off the press. And it's an amazing event. And last year, we had 43 MPs going to care homes, which is something that's been unheard of before. And we are already on track to get more than that next year. We had a record number of care homes signing up, and we want to double it. So anything you guys can do as well to help us shout about Care Home Open Week, the fantastic work that everybody does. And it's another reason to celebrate and another reason to champion social care. So absolutely get involved with Care Home Open Week.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure we'll have a chat at some point, Angela, about this. Happy to do stuff with you at the IHSCM and do a little bit of a social video on it and discussing the reasons behind Care Home Open Week. And I just want to obviously put this out there, because I do want to champion community care as well. Care Home Open Week isn't just segregated to care homes. Anyone in social care can celebrate it and take part, can't they?
And absolutely. And I think, it's a conversation for another time, isn't it? But I know there has been some, Care Home Open Day has been around for a long time. And we had to rebrand it to a week. We then rebranded it to virtual. But absolutely, community care homes. Do you know what? Anybody can get involved in Care Home Open Week. And it's about social care. And social care is so wide and so diverse and so varied and vibrant and amazing. We just want everybody to get involved. It's perhaps something I should take to the table. It's a good idea.
There we go. And I just want to draw attention to a comment we've had tonight. So We can't have open week anywhere. We can't have open week go anywhere in our 5th week of lockdown, staff with COVID. And all I want to say to this is homes need to start changing their way of thinking. Open doesn't mean just throwing open your doors and letting everybody in. It's about connecting people no matter what. We're in a digital age now. Yes, we want people in our homes. Yes, we want communal visiting. Yes, we want to connect people as much as possible. But do not let lockdown and COVID stop you from connecting the people you support, the people who live in that home, from being connected with the community. You know, let's use our initiative. Let's use forward thinking to actually connect everybody and do the right thing. Let's do the best. It is tiring. It's exhausting. But we do what we do to support people.
Do you know what, Adam? I think if anybody, you know, sometimes it's difficult, especially if you're an independent provider. So, you know what, if anybody needs ideas of you know, if they are in that situation and they want to know how they can open email championing social care, you guys are amazing as well. This is, you know, this is the virtual world that we're living in, and we're all here to help and support each other. So any tips or tricks that we learned from Care Home Open Week virtual year 1, we'll take into year 2 as well for those people that are still in that situation. But let's all just pray that we're in a different situation by then.
And in a couple of years' time, you never know, it might be Social Care Open Week. You never know.
I tell you, I'm going to take it to the table. I'll take it to the table. Leave it with me.
It's probably worth noting as well that in the new year we have York Woodford Smith, who's the director of Five on a Bike, joining us to talk about marketing and video within care services. So he'll be able to give some top tips as well about how care homes and care services can really market online and use those tips that he's got to obviously to use for Care Home Open Week. So like Adam said,
we've worked with him, Mark, and absolutely he's a, you know, again, an inspiration and loads of tips and tricks, which, let's face it, we all need every day.
So just before we close out the show with the Stronger Together Community Choir, I just want to say, Angela and Kevin and everyone, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's been absolutely fantastic. Please stay with us once we've gone offline, because we do want to, you know, just thank you off air as well. Next week, I won't be here, unfortunately. I have prayer commitments with my new job. However, Mark, who have we got joining us next week for you and Dawn?
Yes, next week we have Lucy Buxton joining us. So we'll make sure that we share some information on the social media. But yeah, no, really looking forward to next week. So
can she sing?
Yeah, fun.
I don't know. We can ask her. We can maybe that's something new that we can do. Maybe every week we should set the next guest a challenge. So yeah, we'll ask her. If I remember, I'll ask her to do us. Yeah,
I'll do the Social Care Open Week. You do the singing challenge.
What many people might not know is when we were all planning on meeting up after the care show, we were praying for somewhere for our karaoke, because Mark is a keen karaoke meister. Yes. So Mark was all keen to get involved. I think Paul Blaine from the Health and Social Care Club, he wanted to get involved as well. If I've had a liquor or two, I might, you know, warm up those vocal cords. So you never know, Stronger Together Community Choir, we may be joining you at some point in the future in some capacity.
Kevin, you might have a bit of competition.
So, without further ado, Stronger Together Community Choir, please perform as your final song and close out the show in style.
Thank you. Right, well, I think I'm going to stand up for this one. I'm not used to sitting down. So I don't know if you can see us there. Yep. Are you ready, Stu? So this is Bella. Stu, do you want to introduce the song?
Okay. To close tonight's episode of the Caring View, we have a song called Bella Mama. It's a traditional song that translates from Italian to English as Beautiful Mother, and it is a song for all the beautiful mothers we know, past, present, and also future.
Oh, beautiful. Woo! Bella Mama, Bella Mama, yeah. Bella Mama, Bella Mama, yeah. Bella Mama, Bella Mama, Bella Mama, Bella Mama, Bella Mama, Bella
Bella Mama, Bella Mama, yeah.
Thank you again for joining us tonight on The Caring View. If you enjoyed tonight's episode, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and whilst you're here, check out some of the other videos that we've got up online. If you've got something that you think may be interesting for us to discuss, or if you want to guest spot with us, then drop us an email to thecaringview@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter, find us on Facebook, all the information is down there in the description box. But until then, have a good evening, stay safe, and we'll see you next week.